Beneath Antarctic ice, explorers found spiders the size of tea saucers and amphipods big enough to grip a child's hand. How can life grow so large in the coldest, darkest water on Earth? It is a mystery, and it centers on giants. Light fades, pressure rises, oxygen climbs, metabolism slows, feast and famine govern survival. Extreme cold lets water hold more oxygen, and slower metabolism stretches every meal into months. Over generations, that favors bigger bodies and strange biochemical solutions. Giant amphipods, sea spiders, Antarctic isopods, ribbon worms, colossal fish. Each hints at different adaptations, from flexible membranes to pressure-resistant proteins. The abyss crushes most life, but some become larger, not smaller. We are only beginning to uncover this puzzle. How deep does gigantism go? What still hides beneath Antarctic ice? Surface waters in Antarctica look deceptively calm. Sunlight glints off drifting ice. Penguins dart through clear blue shallows, but just beneath, the temperature plummets. A thermometer dropped from the surface, reading 0 degrees Celsius, quickly finds water beneath the ice shelf at minus 1.8 degrees Celsius. The brightness above hides a world where warmth vanishes almost instantly. Kelp forests and krill clouds cling to the last traces of light. Down here, the familiar rules of size and speed begin to unravel. Early explorers, their breath freezing in the air, recorded strange warnings in battered diaries, notes about creatures that defied everything they knew. The comfort of the sunlit sea is about to be stripped away, replaced by a chill so deep it presses into bone. In these waters, every descent is a step toward the unknown, and every degree lost is a promise that things are about to change. Light fades, pressure builds, cold deepens. What waits where the light fades? Oxygen surges as the light dies. Cold water, dense and heavy, drags oxygen down from the surface and locks it in. Chemistry changes here. Seawater at minus 1.8 degrees Celsius holds more than 30% extra dissolved oxygen compared to temperate seas. The deeper the probe sinks, the higher the readings on the ROV oxygen meter. In this twilight, every breath is supercharged. Creatures that would suffocate in warmer waters now stretch their limits. A sea spider drifts past, limbs like antennae, thin body, impossibly long. Its entire surface absorbs oxygen straight from the water. No gills, no lungs. The cold does not just slow life down, it opens the door for bodies to expand, fueled by a chemical surplus that few animals elsewhere can match. This is the first clue to the Antarctic giants. The oxygen surge is a silent gift. What other secrets hide beneath the fading light? Every heartbeat slows as the cold deepens. Down here, life is forced into patience. For every 10 degrees Celsius, the temperature drops. A creature's metabolism is cut in half. In Antarctic waters, that means days stretch into weeks, and weeks into years. Growth becomes a long game. Instead of burning through energy, bodies conserve every calorie and build slowly, cell by cell. A ribbon worm lies hidden in the silt, its body coiled like a spring. It waits, sometimes for hours, motionless. When a shrimp brushes past, the worm unfurls in a sudden, silent strike. This patience is not a choice. It is survival. In a world where energy is precious and meals are rare. Light fades, pressure rises. The cold acts as a brake, letting some creatures keep growing for decades. In these depths, the giants are not the fastest or the fiercest. They are the ones who can wait the longest. A sudden storm of life falls from above. Detritus, fragments of dead plankton, krill molts, and scraps of jelly drift down like a ghostly snow. They blanket the seafloor in unpredictable waves. Sometimes nothing arrives for weeks. Then, in a single night, a pulse 10 times heavier than the daily average can bury the bottom in food. For creatures waiting in darkness, these rare feasts are a matter of survival. Giant amphipods and isopods gorge themselves, stuffing their bodies with as much energy as they can hold. Their size is not just a quirk, it is a strategy. Bigger bodies store more calories, letting them outlast the next famine. In these depths, the difference between life and death is measured by how much you can hoard during the storm. The next meal could come tomorrow, or not for months. Down here, every giant is a vault built for hunger and patience. Pressure here is relentless. Every 10 meters down adds another atmosphere. By 3,000 meters, that is 300 times the weight felt at the surface. For most life, this is a crushing force. Proteins buckle, cell membranes risk collapse. Yet giant amphipods and isopods move with slow determination, dwarfing the robotic arms meant to study them. On the scale bar of the remotely operated vehicle, an amphipod stretches past 30 centimeters, longer than a human hand and heavier than any shallow water cousin. Their bodies are built to resist, not just endure. Every joint and segment is proof that size can be a shield, if the chemistry holds. Down here, the pressure is not just a challenge. It is a sculptor, shaping giants from the abyss. Survival at these depths depends on invisible chemistry. Deep sea giants flood their tissues with MAO, trimethylamine N-oxide, a molecule that locks proteins in place when pressure would otherwise tear them apart. Cell membranes stay supple thanks to unsaturated lipids, letting life flex where most would freeze solid. In Antarctic fish, antifreeze glycoproteins flow through bloodstreams, binding to ice crystals and stopping them from growing. Pressure rises, light fades, oxygen climbs. The colossal toothfish, a shadow in the gloom, glides past, its massive frame held together by these molecular tricks. Down here, size alone isn't enough. Only those with the right chemical shield can thrive where the cold and pressure never let up. Some Antarctic giants still elude every sub and sensor. As ice melts and oceans change, new giants may emerge or vanish before we are ready. The deep keeps its secrets,